Have you ever laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling tired, but somehow unable to drift off? Maybe the clock ticks past midnight and you're still tossing and turning, wondering why sleep feels harder to come by these days. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, sleep can become more elusive. You might find yourself waking up more often during the night or rising earlier than you'd like. And while that's a common part of aging, it doesn't mean it's something you have to just accept. What if I told you that one of the simplest ways to improve your sleep isn't in a pill bottle, but right in your kitchen? That's right. The foods you eat, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime, can have a powerful impact on the quality of your sleep. And today we're going to talk about the 10 best foods that can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, starting tonight. Now, I know how tempting it is to reach for something sweet or salty as a late-night snack. But some foods are much better at calming your body, relaxing your mind, and preparing you for a restful night. And the best part? These aren't exotic superfoods you've never heard of. They're everyday items, simple, comforting, and often already sitting in your fridge or pantry. Let's start with a classic that many of us grew up with: warm milk. Maybe your mother or grandmother gave you a glass before bed when you were a child. Turns out they were onto something. Milk contains an amino acid called tryptophan, which helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, two key hormones that support relaxation and sleep. But here's the real magic. It's not just the milk itself, but also the warmth. Holding a warm mug in your hands, sipping slowly, it sends a signal to your body that it's time to unwind. It's like wrapping yourself in a soft blanket from the inside out. If you're lactose intolerant or prefer non-dairy alternatives, try warm almond milk. It's rich in magnesium, another sleep-friendly nutrient we'll talk more about in a moment. Speaking of magnesium, that brings us to our next food, bananas. Yes, bananas. They're not only convenient and delicious, they're packed with nutrients that support sleep. A medium banana provides potassium and magnesium, both of which help relax your muscles and nerves. And that touch of natural sugar? It helps carry tryptophan into your brain, where it can be turned into that soothing melatonin you need. So if you're looking for a quick and easy evening snack, a banana might be just the thing. Pair it with a spoonful of almond butter, and you've got a delicious sleep-enhancing treat. Now let's talk about something a little more hearty, like a small bowl of oatmeal. I know oatmeal is usually a breakfast food, but at night it can work wonders. Oats are rich in complex carbohydrates, which help increase the availability of tryptophan in your bloodstream. They also contain melatonin naturally, making them a gentle and effective bedtime option. Add a few slices of banana or a sprinkle of cinnamon for a warm, satisfying evening snack that won't leave you feeling too full or uncomfortable. Here's something you might not expect: cherries. These tart little fruits are one of the only natural sources of melatonin. And studies have shown that drinking tart cherry juice or eating a handful of cherries in the evening can actually improve both the quality and duration of your sleep. If you don't have access to fresh cherries, frozen or dried ones work too. Just look for unsweetened versions if you're watching your sugar intake. You can also sip on a small glass of tart cherry juice an hour before bed. It's a sweet and simple way to give your body a natural nudge toward rest. Let's not forget about nuts, especially almonds and walnuts. These humble little snacks are packed with nutrients that support sleep, including magnesium, calcium, and healthy fats. Walnuts even contain a bit of melatonin themselves. A small handful before bed can help calm your nervous system and keep those midnight cravings at bay. Just remember, portion size matters. Too many nuts can sit heavy in your stomach and do more harm than good. A small serving, maybe 6 to 8 walnut halves or 10 almonds, is just right. So far, we've looked at warm milk, bananas, oatmeal, cherries, and nuts. These foods are comforting, accessible, and most importantly, gentle on the body. They don't just help you fall asleep, they help you feel good doing it. Because sleep isn't just about closing your eyes, it's about preparing your whole body for rest. And the way we eat plays a big role in that preparation. What's especially important for us, as we move into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, is that we think of sleep not as a luxury, but as a form of self-care. A good night's sleep improves memory, strengthens the immune system, and helps keep the heart healthy. It boosts mood, supports balance, and gives us the energy to do the things we love, whether that's gardening, walking with friends, or simply enjoying a peaceful morning coffee. So, the next time you find yourself tossing and turning, take a moment to reflect on your day. What did you eat? When did you eat it? Sometimes the answer to better sleep is as simple as swapping that late-night cookie for a banana or sipping on warm milk instead of wine. These little choices add up. Now that we've talked about a few of the most comforting, sleep-friendly foods, let's keep going. Because the truth is, your evening meal and snacks don't just fill your stomach. They can set the entire tone for how your body winds down. And for those of us over 60, being a little more intentional about what we eat can mean the difference between a restless night and a deeply restorative one. Another comforting option? Herbal teas. Now, technically not a food, but I think it deserves a spot here, because what we drink before bed can matter just as much as what we eat. Chamomile tea is probably the most well-known for relaxation, and for good reason. It contains an antioxidant called apigenin that binds to certain receptors in your brain and helps promote sleepiness. But chamomile isn't your only option. There's also lemon balm, passion flower, and valerian root teas, all known for their calming properties. Try different blends to see what your body responds to best. Just make sure you're sipping something caffeine-free. It might sound obvious, but even small amounts of caffeine later in the day can sneak in and disrupt your sleep, especially as our bodies become more sensitive to it with age. And while we're on the topic of calming drinks, let me share a little tip that many people overlook. Hydration. Sometimes poor sleep is linked to something as simple as dehydration. When we're dehydrated, our bodies tend to be more restless. Our muscles might cramp, our mouths feel dry, and we're more likely to wake up in the night. Now, I know drinking too much water before bed isn't ideal. Nobody wants to make 3 trips to the bathroom at 2 a.m. But gently sipping on herbal tea or a small glass of water an hour or so before bed can actually help your body settle in without overloading your bladder. The key is balance. Let's also talk about whole grains, particularly things like brown rice, barley, or whole wheat toast. These kinds of complex carbohydrates help increase the availability of tryptophan in the bloodstream, which, as you may remember from earlier, plays a big role in melatonin production. What's great about whole grains is that they offer a steady release of energy without spiking your blood sugar. A slice of whole grain toast with a smear of peanut butter or a small bowl of brown rice with a drizzle of honey can provide that gentle nudge your body needs to slow down and prepare for rest. Now, for something savory. Turkey. Yes, the same turkey that leaves everyone drowsy after Thanksgiving dinner. It's high in protein, but more importantly, it's a good source of, you guessed it, tryptophan. A small portion of lean turkey at dinner, or even in a light sandwich on whole grain bread, can help support that natural wind-down process in the evening. Just be mindful of portions and avoid heavy sauces or spices too close to bedtime. You want to feel satisfied, not stuffed. What I love about these foods is that they're simple. There's no need to overhaul your diet or follow some complicated routine. These are gentle adjustments, small shifts in your evening habits that can have a big impact over time. And if you're someone who likes a little ritual at night, incorporating a favorite tea or bedtime snack can actually help your brain recognize it's time to transition into sleep mode. But food is only part of the equation. It's also about creating a rhythm, consistency in what you eat, when you eat, and how you unwind. That's especially true as we get older, when our natural production of melatonin begins to decline. Giving your body the support it needs through nutrition is like handing it a gentle invitation to rest. And here's something I want to make clear. If you've been struggling with sleep, you are not doing anything wrong. It's incredibly common, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Life changes. Our bodies change. Sometimes we carry stress, or we deal with health conditions, or our hormones fluctuate in ways that feel unpredictable. But that doesn't mean we're powerless. In fact, food is one of the most accessible tools we have. We don't need a prescription. We don't need fancy equipment. We just need to make a few thoughtful choices at the end of the day. Now, I know we all have different routines, preferences, and schedules. Some of us eat early, others a bit later. Some like sweet snacks before bed, others prefer savory or nothing at all. That's okay. The key is to listen to your body and notice how it responds. Maybe tonight you'll try sipping a warm cup of chamomile tea. Or perhaps you'll swap that slice of pie for a banana and a few almonds. Whatever you choose, give yourself credit for taking a small step toward better rest. Because good sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about living well. When we sleep better, we think clearer. We move easier. We laugh more. We age with more energy, grace, and joy. Let's turn our attention to something that might surprise you: kiwi. This little green fruit doesn't get nearly enough credit, but it's actually one of the most powerful foods you can eat before bed. Why? Because it's rich in antioxidants and serotonin, both of which play a role in sleep regulation. In fact, research has shown that people who eat 2 kiwis about an hour before bedtime tend to fall asleep faster and sleep more soundly through the night. And the bonus? Kiwi is low in calories and easy to digest, so it won't sit heavy in your stomach like a big dessert might. It's a light, refreshing way to end your evening, and a pretty tasty one at that. Let's keep going and explore a couple more foods that are not only delicious but can also play a real role in helping you sleep better, naturally, gently, and without side effects. Because as we've seen, it's often the little things, done consistently, that make the biggest difference over time. Now let's talk about yogurt. Yes, that creamy, familiar comfort food you might already have in your fridge. Yogurt is rich in calcium, and calcium helps the brain use tryptophan to manufacture melatonin. If you're someone who enjoys a light snack in the evening, a small bowl of plain yogurt, maybe topped with a few berries or a sprinkle of oats, can be a great way to nourish your body and prepare it for rest. And for those of you who prefer dairy-free options, coconut or almond-based yogurts with added calcium can offer similar benefits. Just be mindful of added sugars, especially in flavored varieties. Too much sugar late at night can work against you. Another unexpected food that can support sleep is sweet potatoes. Now, I know they're not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you think about bedtime, but hear me out. Sweet potatoes are full of complex carbohydrates that help your body absorb tryptophan more efficiently. They're also packed with potassium, which, like magnesium, helps your muscles relax and keeps your body calm. Even a few small bites, maybe baked or mashed with a little cinnamon, can feel like a warm hug at the end of a long day. The beauty of many of these foods is that they serve a double purpose. They don't just help you sleep better, they're also good for your heart, your bones, your brain, and your energy levels. At this stage in life, that kind of multitasking is a gift. We're not just looking to fall asleep faster, we want to sleep better so we can wake up and feel ready to enjoy the day ahead. Whether that means a walk in the garden, a lunch with friends, or finally picking up that book you've been meaning to read. And as we're wrapping up this gentle journey through sleep-friendly foods, it's worth saying this: food alone won't solve everything. Sleep is affected by many things: light, stress, medication, health conditions. But eating in a way that supports your body's natural rhythms, that's one of the easiest, most powerful ways to start. And every little improvement adds up. So let's take a moment and reflect. You now know about the power of foods like warm milk, bananas, oatmeal, cherries, nuts, kiwi, herbal teas, turkey, whole grains, yogurt, and sweet potatoes. You've learned how each one plays its part, supporting melatonin production, relaxing the muscles, calming the mind. Maybe some of these are already part of your routine. Maybe you've discovered 1 or 2 new ones to try. The goal isn't to change everything at once. It's to experiment, observe, and build habits that feel good in your body and your life. Because no matter your age, your sleep still matters. It's not just a way to pass time between days. It's how your body heals, how your mind resets, how your heart gets a chance to rest. Good sleep helps protect your memory, keep your immune system strong, and maintain your emotional balance. That's not just about aging well, it's about living fully. So give yourself permission to wind down gently. Create a quiet moment in the evening just for you. Brew a calming tea. Savor a small bowl of yogurt or a slice of warm toast with almond butter. Dim the lights, maybe play soft music, or open a window to let the cool air in. These rituals are more than just routines. They're signals to your body that it's safe to rest, to let go, and to recharge. And if tonight doesn't go perfectly, that's okay. Some nights will be better than others. What matters most is that you're giving yourself care and attention in ways that are natural, nurturing, and kind. That's the secret to lasting change. Not harsh rules or impossible routines, but gentle steps taken with intention. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, I hope you feel encouraged. You have tools, knowledge, and options. You're not at the mercy of sleepless nights. You have more power than you think, and it starts with something as simple as what's on your plate. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this video gave you a few new ideas to try and reminded you that a good night's sleep is always within reach. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments. What's your go-to bedtime snack? What has helped you sleep better? Sharing your story might just help someone else feel a little less alone on their journey. And if you'd like more gentle tips on health, wellness, and living well after 60, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're all in this together, and every small step we take brings us closer to the life we want to live. Here's to peaceful nights, brighter mornings, and living your best life at any age. Sleep well. You deserve it.